Friendly people directed me to camp on the golf course. Home sweet home. Another good sign that winter is coming. Yesterday I saw a miracle of snow geese, Canada geese, and whatever kind of duck by a large roadside lake. The lake looked like it had many little islands, some white, some black. Something disturbed the ducks, geese, and the whole sky filled with flying down. The noise, too, like the Calgary stampede of flying birds. Very impressive. There were a few others along the way. Some little critters last night. One continued to scratch something. The other came walking along, noticed my camp, and promptly stopped, slowly moved away. Finally out of the north wind, my toes need to thaw. Sitting in the warm sunlight of the cafe table at the Leisure Inn, omelette again. Of course, cafe. I wish I could dip my toes in it. Hard to judge how thick the smoke was going to be. For a few seconds, a mistake was made as a choking feeling overwhelmed me. Fortunately, that passed quickly. I love Manitoba's shoulders. Basically, they're non-existent. Upon reaching Riding Mountain National Park, it was totally deserted. A super cold evening. Woke up with snow sliding down the side of the tent. Oh boy, here it comes. Cold morning. Riding Mountain National Park, it has tamaracks or larches. Look at that. Larches. And you look down the road, more larches, and then look over here past the Whirlpool River. Lots of larches. This is very, very neat. Due to a few factors, I chose to ride Highway 19 East. What a great ride along the gravel road. Not bad riding overall. incredible colors. The fall highlights were out in full force. Riding along the road at times was a highlight of my trip. Peaceful, scenic, a few birds, some light snow on the ground, ice starting to cover the ponds and the edges of the creeks. This rusted garbage container had bear prints all over it. The blue broke through somewhat and heightened, saturated the yellows and the reds. Then, at the end of the road, a great descent, fabulous, with views of the flats below. Sometimes it's hard to find a good place to camp. You run out of time, or there's no suitable place for your tent. This was one of those times. But this time it was by storm. First I was pushed off the pavement onto a gravel shoulder. Then I couldn't pedal any longer, for the wind was so intense. Heavy wet snow plowed into me. To my left there was a forest near a house. I dragged my bike into the trees over many obstacles and found myself here. Met Clarence and Heather from Dog Lake area. They stopped and talked, shared a drink, peach cider, offered a cigarette, and Clarence gave me a rather long hug goodbye. He was a bit tipsy. They also offered me a shot of whiskey. All this in about 10 minutes. There we are with our lucky beer. In Manitoba. Cheers, Manitoba. And angled bands of light cut the sky. The mornings are the hardest. They remind me of ski touring. All things you do to get ready are difficult. First you realize it's quite cold. You must put on all your warm clothing, including cold items, like cycling shorts, that were not in your sleeping bag overnight. Now, cold running shoes. Next, the vestibule door is hard to open because the rain that fell last night froze the outer surface of the fly with a skinny layer of ice. Next, going to the bathroom, and that may depend on the location. It may be simple or it may be complex. Find the food bag. Get back inside out of the cold morning wind. Switch cold running shoes to warm down booties. Get stove running in vestibule. Keep vestibule door cracked open because we don't want any CO. Try not to inhale nasty stove starting fumes. Get water in pot. Get water boiling. Get cafe and breakfast, soup, porridge, or some other. Now, once cooking's done, shut vestibule to increase heat. Enjoy breakfast. Pack up sleeping bag, stove, thermarest, and other stuff. Leap out of the tent. Pack all stuff into panniers and take down tent. Now you're ready to ride. Still in the tent. Sunny out and I am feeling lazy, comfortable and warm. The cafe tastes great. The smooth, thick brew is needed on such a windy, cool morning. Cafe now in Poplarfield. My feet are still cold. Got plastic bags on them to help. Not much help. Must be below 0 degrees Celsius. Only the hardcore ravens and snow buntings handle the north wind of Manitoba. Whistling swans, marsh grass blowing. Breath vapor clearly blows in the cold wind. Warm while riding. Cold when stopped. Flags flying at full gale. B-52's rock lobster playing in the cafe. Somehow, I wish I could make the shores of Lake Winnipeg today. But that's not going to happen. Late already, although I have no idea what time it is. Must get on that bike again. Windy outside again. Surprisingly not so bad for me. Once the wind caused me to steer into the gravel. Generally it's good. Cold though. I find lately the only spots I am semi-warm is to go inside to a cafe or be inside my sleeping bag. Gimli at last, the Icelandic community of Gimli. I am freezing my butt off here. My hands are cold. Everything's cold. It's still sunny out. There's no snow, but it's freezing. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Anyway, the geese are happy the sun's out. It looks like the gulls are pretty happy. But I think soon this water will be a bit frozen. Lake Winnipeg is the 10th largest freshwater lake in the world. Is this the first day of winter? Looks cold out there. I slept warm though. Cafe and bagels with peanut butter is all that's left. Out of everything, including gas.